Hello everybody, chapter 11, 13 of One Piece review incoming. I might have say, do y'all miss me? Do y'all miss me doing reactions like this? Not reactions, reviews. Because if so, I feel like I want to come back to that. But if not, I could just, continue with the reaction. But anyways, let's get into this chapter. So now we first started off with the cover story, and as you can see right here on Luffy's right side shoulder, you see a hilt, meaning that there's a sword in it. Maybe that highlights the sword that we see in the Nika foreshadow picture all the way back in Skypiea. Maybe not, who knows. Then we started off with the highlight, the world's largest brain punk records, and the chapter is called Stalemate. And as you can see, it only continues off of where Marcus Mark is inside, and he's looking at something. He's looking at something in particular. What he was looking at is Vegapunk's brain, and as you can see down below right here, if I can go down right here, you see how small Marcus is compared to that shit. My personal opinion, I thought it was a lot bigger based on the dome, based on how he described it. I thought it was the entire dome that was his brain. But now that we get to see it, it's still big as fuck regardless. That shit is ridiculous. But anywho, we pan out back into like the East Blue and certain parts of the world where everybody has a transponder snail or just a snail that's listening to all to Vegapunk's like records. We see from Syrup Village, Usopp's crew and this chick, I forgot her name. We see Crocus over there with the whale, chilling. Marines are looking into this shit, and that's the place where Frankie was at. Fun fact: Vegapunk lived here. This is his hometown. That was never mentioned. So this is the first time mentioned. Says right here the hometown of Vegapunk, Baltimore. Here's another panel of everybody of somewhere else in the New World. For example, right here where Chopper was at, where Kuma smacked him. I think these were the cannibals. I could be tripping. I think these were the cannibals. But yeah, they're tuning into this shit. Even the Blackbeard Pirates on Beehive or Hachinosu is also tuning into this shit. And some other an Egghead and elsewhere part of this. I think this is Saba Oni. I could not remember. I only remember it due to the big scream because they had that. Any fucking who, we pan back into the Labostratum, and come to find out this fucking shell here over here was a fucking decoy. I mean, to be fair, it would not be that surprising that the smartest man would have contingency plans in order for him to get his point across. Knowing shit wouldn't happen, it would make sense he would have a decoy over here. So yeah, that was a fucking decoy, and my man Marcus is fucking pissed. And like the rest of the Gorosei is kind of peeping the attention real quick, seeing that this is just gonna be a repeat of, or they don't want it to be the repeat of Clover, and this only means that O'Hara started. Well, they're pretty much picking up the pieces of what's about to happen. Come to find out, down in this fucking panel right here, obviously this man's realized that Bonnie was in trouble. Observation Haki or just women shit, I don't know. Basically, buddy ears and nose was on point. My man saw that shit, speed up all the way up there, and sweet chin music the fuck out of this guy. Look at this up kick. First of all, if you can see the line, this L line, Buddy ricocheted off the sword. So in mid-swing, not only he arguably deflected the sword, I think that's what he did. It's a still panel, so we don't know. But in mid-swing, this man ricocheted off the sword and give this man the meanest sweet chin music. Look at that vertical. Look at that vertical. And my man caught this boy leaking. I guess in this case, with the exception of like Warkery, every other Gorosei is sustained to damage. Doesn't mean they can't heal, it just means that they're sustained to damage. Obviously, my boy Venus Juno ain't gonna let that shit slide, so of course he gotta get his lip back and completely bite the fuck out of his midsection. Will that do some? And as we can see, we see some crushes and snaps. So you can argue it does damage, but due to Sanji's Germa powers, I don't know if they're gonna activate. It's gonna happen. They're just gonna snap back. So ultimately, it might not do as much damage as we might thought it does. Coming in, we have Kashi and Oyamo giving Venus Jr. the fucking headlock. You know, try to pull away from Sanji. And of course, she gets saved because that was the whole reason Sanji was there. And intend to return the favor. Distorted future. Give me a giant-ish future. She ended up becoming a giant. This power is fucking broken, I'm trying to tell you. Like, from an artist perspective, this can easily be foreshortening. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a drawing skill where you make things look bigger due to a certain perspective. It could just be that, or she just might be bigger, because based on this angle, and we see like Venus, Juro, Oyamo, and Kashi, she look like she's bigger than all three of them fuckers. I could be fucking wrong. Mind you, while this is still going on, fucking Vegapunk is still talking about what he needs to say, and he is dragging the fuck out of it. So we pan back to Nami, Chopper, Usopp, Brook and Robin with Saint J Garcia. Garcia remembers the look of Robin. She's like, "Oh, ain't you that same bitch that from that for the O'Hara place? Like, ain't we supposed to been have you?" Rob Lucci basically ain't doing his job, pretty much, and decided to try to attack or at least capture her due to her valuable. Or so we thought, because what we see here, we see my man Chopper finally doing some shit for the first time in like how many fucking chapters in Egghead? Use guard point, block one of these things. Very impressive due to the fact that ain't these things supposed to be poisonous? So I forgot how poisonous it was. If I remember it, didn't it not eviscerated a tree? So Chopper, you might need your this is where your doctoring skills come to play. Outside of that, Brook, I think, cut one of the legs, if I remember. If we can see right here, it's not really that clear, but I know Brook did some shit. Usopp shot some shit, probably didn't fucking work. And we see Nami out here trying to protect Robin, while Zeus turned back into that mace shit to attack one of the other legs of Jay Garcia. You know, Yonko crew doing Yonko crew shit, and also keeping the consistency of keeping Robin alive due to how valuable she is. On the other side of this panel is where things kind of intrigue me, where if you look in this specific box right here, this is futile. There are far too many life forms in this vicinity of the laboratory. I cannot sense any unique telepathic waves. Only three things comes to mind. Either observation hockey is what he's talking about, the voice of all things, or this is just a specific unique trait of the Itsumade where they're able to do telepathic shit. It's like the more chapter goes by, Venus Jr. and Marcus Myers are starting to become my most favorite Goroseis to see in action. York being one of the Vegapunks trying to figure out where the fuck the transponder snail is, only for us to find out the transponder snail only activates when Vegapunk dies, which might highlight that he's actually dead. We don't know, but that's what it said. And then last but not least, the one that we've all been waiting for, the point has finally been messaged. Our world is going to sink into the ocean. I'm out here seeing theories about the red hair pirates not having devil fruits, Zunisha being so fucking tall, the fucking buildings and shit, Crocus on a whale. My question, that all can be true, and if so, fair play, Oda. My question is this gonna be like a Fire Force shit where the world's gonna be the second sun, just a water version, or what? Because shit's being interesting. Let me know down below if you like this review that I made and if you want me to continue, because I'm trying to start to get back into this shit. Y'all have a great day.